Okay, we're just gonna get started. So to get going, my name is Kyle. I'm one of the research and development officers here at Navigar, and I'm joined by my colleague Peter. Do you want to just say hello there, Peter? Fantastic. And we're just gonna get started today with a land acknowledgement. So we just want to get going by saying that we're acknowledging with respect that the land in which we're gathered here in Ottawa is on traditional and unceded Algonquin territory, and that we appreciate the opportunity to work here. And maybe, Peter, if you have the French copy handy, if you want to just maybe read that off here.
I don't. J'ai pas la copie en français, je m'excuse tout le monde.
Okay,
Et je comprenais bien le sentiment.
you want to check your email, Peter? It's all there to you.
Ah, merci, Claire.
Merci. So to get started off, we're just going to go over a few key points here in the presentation. So we're going to start about what is the IT Training Fund, whether you're new to the IT group, whether you're new to your job or anything like that, just give you a bit of a context, talking about what kind of options are available here. Oops. In terms of our training offers, we're going to talk a little bit more about the digital talent platform, as well as some of the key features of Navigar. Then we're going to talk in a bit more specifically about what training partners we have, as well as our access. And all of that is going to be ended off with an FAQ, as well as an opportunity to link you all to our support pages in case you're having a technical problem. Fantastic. So just to cover at the very beginning, what is the IT Training Fund? So the IT Training Fund began as a almost $5 million fund. Was created to provide training for members as part of the IT group's last collective agreement. So giving some extra training for the members. The challenge for this was that we wanted to make that, or for the IT group executive, was how do they make that fund accessible in a meaningful way? So the fund allocated about $200 worth of training for each member, which, as you know, getting access to quality training for that amount of money can be a challenge, especially in a technical field. So Navigar, a project created by PIPS, came along that had the ability to give members a value of $1,000 worth of training in the bundle provided by the IT Training Fund. What kind of training we're offering splits into two big groups. So the IT Training Fund provides a lot of different options. First, through the talentcanada.ca, which is the digital talent platform that the Treasury Board provides, that has instructor-led training, as well as certifications and exams and exam vouchers. On the instructor-led training, they've got a bunch of different providers, from the Ottawa U to the Canadian Centre for Cybersecurity, whereas the certification exam vouchers, they really run the full spectrum. So they've got a lot more technical components, and they've got a lot more other kind of leadership project management certifications there as well. But when it comes to Navigar, we're a lot more asynchronous. So taking training at your own pace, taking training through module work, hands-on training and development, and things like this. And so right now, our main providers are Pluralsight, Skillsoft, which as many of you know is Percipio, and GoFluent, which is covering language training. So the digital talent platform provides IT group member access to both instructor-led training, online and in person, as well as those vouchers and certifications. And we'll share off these presentations if my colleague hasn't done so already. And we'll also, which has the link right here to the digital talent platform offered by Treasury Board. So just to take a step back, we want to talk a little bit more now about Navigar. So it's a skills learning platform. So it gives you access, whether or not you have any of the training providers. It gives you personalized training plans, as well as linking training recommended by our providers. We have integration with specialized providers like Pluralsight and GoFluent, as well as career recommendations and pivot jobs. So whether you're in a job as a biologist or as an accountant, and you've got an interest in your field or in a totally different field, we're able to recommend you a job that might be the right fit, or even show you where your skill gaps are going from your current field to that job. And all that's topped off with a record of training and achievements, as well as a learning plan that can help demonstrate your progress to yourself and to your employer. So our main partners right now are broken into both growth skills and knowledge skills. Many of you know is like hard and soft. So growth skills, as many of you have access to, is the Canadian School for Public Service. That has a lot more aimed at the existing public servant suite. Many of you may have taken courses already. Skillsoft Percipio, they have a huge range of both technical and sort of more personal skills, but they do have a wider offering when it comes to things like creativity, management, leadership, communication, and all skills like that. GoFluent is very focused on giving you language training, and it does offer a wide variety of courses in English, French, Spanish, Mandarin, and a lot more. And finally, Pluralsight, as many of you have an interest in, is really focused on bringing value to both IT and tech-related fields, giving you certifications in both online platforms and in other moments. And maybe, Peter, this is here a good moment just to kind of help jump in and just to reinforce the basic offers we have between the different services. Nope, you're muted there, Peter. Oh, I think you might still be muted. Okay, maybe we'll just give you a second. We'll come back around to you. Thanks, Peter. So when it comes to the Navigar experience, we've got a bit of a process here. So for account creation at the very beginning, once you've gotten access, you're in the IT group, you've been given training, you just want to be able to go into make your first account. Once you're logged in, you're going to pick your current job, which is going to get as close as you can. You might not always have the exact match, but you want to get about as close as you possibly can. If you can't find your exact job, you can always let us know, and we'll help incorporate that in later rounds and updates at Navigar. Then we want to go to your target job. Your target job, it can be in your own field, it can be totally something different. And if you're happy in your job and you just want to see kind of what skills it would take to get something totally out to lunch, then you can totally do that as well. And then what we provide, once you put in all that information, it has a lot of time to load. And what we're looking at is we're looking at our own data from you, our members, what jobs you have, what positions they require, the descriptions of those jobs. It all came from an ATIP from the government. Then we take Fathom Data, which is a data company that helps give us an insight into automation augmentation rates, into what jobs are on the rise, what jobs are falling out of practice, as well as incorporating our own data from our users, our training, our background experience. And then at the end of that comes both training and career insights, showing you what jobs are on the are becoming more popular, which jobs are falling out of experience, what new skills are on the rise, as well as giving you a learning plan. So connecting you from your current job to your target job is your learning plan, which gives you a lot of options when it comes to taking training and developing skills out of our 32 core skill list. And at the end of all this, we give you that nice record of training that helps you go to your employer or any kind of other source of funding for your training if you didn't have access to it already through the IT group, which you all do. Maybe I can just come back in there, see in the chat. Fantastic. I can just see my colleague there put the presentations in the chat. So if you're accessing French there, you can access that link now. So we're just going to now move on and talk a bit more about our training providers. So for Precipio and GoFluent, they're connected. Right now, once you get yourself in your account logged into Navigar and you click on Precipio, you'll land on their page and you'll help yourself log in using the credentials you created with your account. Then they'll send you an activation email. All you got to do is click the link to get started. From there, you can get right in and start taking 40,000 different learning materials. When you're accessing GoFluent, you'll see there once you've logged into Precipio into Skillsoft, you'll see on the very, very big page on the main banner, you'll see GoFluent language training. You just click on that and it takes you right into the main training platform. I think now it does an assessment test. I think that's one of the new updates they added where they want to see where you're at for your chosen language. But you can also move past that and just get into the training as well. Fantastic. So now Pluralsight, as many of you know, has been one that there's a bit more of a step to it. So I'm just going to kind of take this one a little bit slower. So once you've made your Navigar account, which all IT group members can access right now using their personal email. And we recommend personal emails because Pluralsight has a bunch of existing memberships with the government of Canada, and they use your work email to access that. So in this case, you want to make sure you're using a personal email to create your Navigar account, which is then going to go and make your Pluralsight account. Once you've logged into Navigar, you'll automatically get 2 emails to the account you use to make your Navigar account. The first is going to verify your email address and includes a link that lets you create that free Pluralsight account. Once that's created, you should get a second email that says, Pips has invited you to join Pluralsight, and this one gives you access to the Navigar plan, which is premium training. So if you're ever prompted to upgrade your account, either go back and check your email from a link you might have missed from Pluralsight, or please reach out to support and we'll resend that to you. You should, if you're in the IT group, never be paying for Navigar because it's paying for you, the IT training fund. And we'll talk a bit about support later on. So we just want to kind of, as we're nearing the end of the sort of plan presentation, we just want to cover some of our bigger frequently asked questions. So the first one is, how do I create my account? As long as you're in the IT group, you can use our self-serve activation account process. So you head over to, it's just app.navigar.ca, and then that for the very first time, you should be prompted to log in. And that way you're going to go into creating your account using your personal email. However, sometimes when you do that, you're prompted with an error. And that can happen when you're using an email or a personal email that we don't have on file that we can't use to say, oh, you're in the IT group. So when that happens, all you need to do is contact our membership team at membership@pips.ca and give them your most recent updated personal email. That way you can use it to create your account. When that's done, you just go back to step number 1 and create your account. As I mentioned before, Pluralsight's a bit trickier, so you're going to want to make sure that once you've logged into Navigar, you're checking your email, looking for that link from Pluralsight to get activated. And again, if at any point you can't find the link, you didn't send it, it may have expired, or you've got any other problems getting activated, you can just reach out to support and we can help you get set up. And then finally, we're just going to be talking about other training access. A lot of the times with our other partners, it's just making sure, again, you're checking your email to finish the first step for account creation. And then after that, if there's a problem logging in, a lot of the time, just resetting your password or refreshing your login can help that. Sometimes Precipio or GoFluent, they'll update their website, they'll update their platforms, and then you just need to re-authenticate your details. And then again, as we mentioned, support. So we just have our main page, which is navigar.ca, which is our website, and it's just /support or navigating to support. That'll help get you right to us. We have some videos. They're a little out of date at this point, but they've got good core functionality in case you're a first-time user for Navigar and you want to figure some things out. And there again, at the very end, we've got our contact page in case you want to send us an email. And then as we're just kind of wrapping up the end, before we kind of talk about the roadmap, I think now might be a good moment here to take a quick pause, turn to our chat and see if anybody has any questions. Everyone should be allowed to answer or ask any questions in the Q&A. And then maybe while now you're writing your questions, I'm just going to paddle back to some of our earlier slides now that maybe Peter, if you've got your mic back on, potentially.
Yep.
Fantastic. We can just kind of cover through in French some of the key ones here. So maybe we'll just start here with the overview of Navigar. Peter, if you want to just give that away, that'd be great.
Sure. Plutôt pour les nouveaux, Navigar, c'est une plateforme d'apprentissage et de développement des compétences, compris les formations personnalisées par Skillsoft. Ça, nous appelons ça les formations des habiletés humaines, growth skills, bien. Comme le leadership, la communication. Ça se lie aussi avec Pluralsight et GoFluent. Pluralsight, comme Kyle a dit, vous connaissez bien pour le TI, mais GoFluent pour les langages, y compris, je crois qu'ils ont 12 langages, pas juste l'anglais et français. Vous pouvez apprendre n'importe quel langage de leur sélection. Nous recommandons aussi des carrières et des emplois pivots. Un emploi pivot, c'est un emploi plus facilement atteignable. Ça demande moins des nouvelles habilités pour changer d'emploi ou de position. Et enfin, nous avons des formations réussies, des plans d'apprentissage que vous pouvez utiliser dans les entrevues avec vos leadership. Quoi d'autre? Quoi souligner? L'idée de la fonds de formation informatique, c'est important, je crois, de souligner que ça a été négocié dans votre contrat par les PFPC, par votre syndicat. Et c'est grâce à ça que nous avons pu trouver ces fonds pour toute cette formation. Les formations que vous avez droit, c'est partiellement par le Treasury Board, par talentcanada.ca. Ça, c'est toutes sortes des certifications. Ils ont des cours d'apprentissage différents. Navigar, c'est plutôt, c'est à vous-même à vous diriger. Ils ont des cours enregistrés, mais en vif aussi, avec des instructeurs. Vous avez le choix pour Pluralsight et Skillsoft et GoFluent pour les langages. Quoi d'autre? Qu'est-ce qui est aussi important de souligner? Je crois que c'est important de souligner aussi la méthode d'enregistrement pour Pluralsight. C'est pas le simple comme d'habitude. Ça demande 2 courriels. Alors, il vous envoie un pour confirmer la confirmation de votre compte Pluralsight. Mais le deuxième, la première courriel, ça vous donne seulement un compte qui est lié à leur niveau public gratuit. Le deuxième courriel, c'est ça qui va vous lier à notre compte et comme ça, vous avez accès à tout le catalogue gratuit. Je crois que ça, c'est tout, mais Kyle, if there's anything else you want me to highlight you think is important, feel free.
No, I think that I mean maybe it should be there now. I think we might have just not shared that presentation to everybody there a while ago. So now it should be available to everyone in the chat. The first link is for our English presentation, and the second is for the French. The links should be all hyperlinked inside these presentations. We'll also, I can just see a question there from Gregory. We'll send the recording of this presentation in a follow-up email to all attendees. So if you missed anything, you want anything repeated back, it should all be there in the video. So thanks for that question. But again, but just before we kind of wrap up talking about future and sort of roadmap sections, as well as the survey we're hoping that some of you will take for us, we just wanted to maybe take another moment here. If anybody has any questions that we can maybe answer, either related to the presentation, you have any questions about Navigar, about the IT training fund, this is our time for you as our awesome members. So we're absolutely happy to answer any question you have, myself in English or my colleague Peter for the French. And again, you can throw it there in the chat or in the Q&A. I think both should be open and available. So just give that a minute or two and then see if we can answer. But again, yeah, just the main points are just once you're getting access to Navigar, it's just about setting up your jobs, checking out your learning plan, and then getting access to training. Again, you're in the IT training fund. All of it's available to you. You don't have to pay for anything. If you're prompted to, it just means you haven't activated the right license. And if you have any issues, totally come to us and we can help you out. Again, the presentations, they're available. We'll also send off a copy of the presentation in a follow-up email after this webinar. All right, fantastic. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to move on. Again, if you get any questions, feel free to ask us. Jump right on in and throw them in the chat or in the Q&A section, wherever you like. But for the next kind of steps for Navigar, right now, obviously, you as IT group members are the only people who have access to it. So what we're going to see for you is you're going to see some improved search engine optimization. Whether you're searching your career or whether you're searching for other training, we're hoping to help improve keyword searches, helping to bring you more of the material that you want faster without having to go within all the different platforms, bringing in their kind of course library for us to search through for you inside Navigar. Along with that comes some exciting new UI and UX changes. Basically, we want to help improve the ease of use, make the pathway a bit clearer, improve some call to actions. We were very lucky to have some awesome testers help us out with some previous cycles of Navigar development, and they gave us some great insight on how to make it a better experience. This is also, we're going to follow up with some new automation and augmentation rates. So we worked with Fathom to get some later numbers, and we're able to provide you, on some more industry level, some idea about where they're already seeing automation and augmentation for different jobs and positions or tasks within jobs. So that'll be some exciting information we'll add under the web app. That also comes along with training recommendation updates, new course libraries, new courses and content period, as well as the ability to kind of go through and remove out old expiring courses within Navigar should help improve what courses you're being recommended in the learning plan. We've had some people come in and show some expiring content to us there. So we want to make sure that we're always giving you everything that's the most up to date. And then finally, we're also working on giving you wider insights on the future of work, what big trends are coming, and want to help you with some different research papers and other things that are also being worked on the way. And as we're wrapping up today's content, and before we kind of move back into the open question period, we have a bit of an ask for everybody. We'll have this link in the follow-up email that will follow our webinar. But what we want to just make sure is that everybody could, if you've used Navigar or you've used anything inside the IT training fund, be it the vouchers or anything from Talent Canada, please fill out our survey. We'd love to know what your thoughts are. We'd love to know where we can improve, how things are working, our efforts seeing what we want them to see. So your feedback would be greatly appreciated. Maybe Peter, you could just give that one a quick little reminder as well that we have some new things on the way first and then a new survey.
OK. Alors, voyez-vous, nous avons la feuille de route pour Navigar. Ça commence avec l'amélioration pour les moteurs de recherche, puis des modifications pour l'interface pour
Just a small freeze.
l'utilisation, disons. Puis des taux d'automatisation. Sorry, Carl?
Nope, you should be good
Ouais.
now. You just caught back
Okay.
up.
Okay. Les nouveaux taux d'automatisation et d'augmentation pour les emplois. Les mises à jour des informations en matière de formation, nous espérons toujours de voir les renseignements les plus nouveaux, des datas de notre partenaire Fathom. Puis enfin, notre équipe excellente de recherche, y compris Kyle, cherche toujours de nouvelles datas pour vous. Ouais. Et finalement, on vous demande, nous avons un sondage, nous vous demandons pour vos commentaires, c'est ça qui nous aide pour façonner les fonds de formation en informatique et aussi pour aussi la direction de Navigar même. Alors, avec ça, je vais le retourner à Kyle et on demande vos questions, qu'ils soient en anglais ou en français. Merci. Back to you, Kyle.
Thank you very much, Peter. Yeah, so that is what we have for the planned presentation today. We just want to make sure that if you have any questions at all, if you have anything that you kind of wanted to ask us, if you have any questions about using Navigar, anything along the likes, if you need more information, this is a great opportunity that we can definitely help you out on. We'll just give it a few minutes and see if anybody has any questions. I believe we have the chat open, so that should not be a problem. Yeah, fantastic.
Il n'y a pas de questions, des commentaires, des opinions? Eh bien, bien fait,
Okay.
Kyle.
All right. Well, again, everybody, if anything else comes up, we do have that support line. You can always reach out to us to answer any questions you might have. We'll also follow back up to this with an email to all of our attendees, letting you all know. We'll send the recording of the presentation along with the link for this information.
On va vous envoyer tous un enregistrement de cette présentation avec un lien à la présentation même.
And I just saw the little quick question come in. Access to Navigar, your full training for the sort of paid access to Navigar is right now up to the IT Training Fund. I don't know exactly when the first round expires, but it's up to the IT Training Fund if they want to continue with Navigar, offering you training to IT group members. However, Navigar, the platform, is going to be open to all PIPS members coming sometime in the new year. And that will be something you'll have access to the different offered training plans. And that's something you can either bring to your employer and get training funding that way, or it's something that you might be able to get directly through other means. But the paid training right now, the IT group training fund, is up to the IT group executives. So if you're having a great time with Navigar and you want to see it continue, definitely let them know that it's been a service for you. So that way, when it comes time to renew it, they'll keep you access for you. Hope that answers your question. Thanks so much, Ree. I think that was the one I saw. Perfect. Okay. If that's it for everybody, I just want to say thank you so much for coming. And yeah, thank you so much for coming, and we hope to join you again. Again, our events page is live on navigar.ca, where we're going to be posting new info sessions. There's going to be a Pluralsight session coming later in December that if you haven't already, definitely come and register and check that one out. It's going to be a great deep dive from the Pluralsight team. So if you use Pluralsight, you want to know what kind of access you have, what kind of courses are available, or some of the systems that you have access to, December 4th. And also, again, navigar.ca/events, and check out that page. Perfect.
Nous avons une nouvelle page sur le site Navigar, les orientations. Il y a une orientation le 4 novembre avec l'équipe de Pluralsight. Alors, c'est une opportunité excellente pour vous renseigner de ce que cet outil, cette plateforme peut vous offrir.
Fantastic. Okay. Perfect. Thank you all very much for attending our presentation today.
See
Take
tout le
care.
monde.
Bye-bye.